Bukayo, well done. Great performance overall, but how important were those first 35 minutes? Because it was such a strong start from Arsenal.
Yeah, it was a very, very strong start, and we remember we played similar like this last year, so we knew we wanted to start strong, and we definitely did that.
And before I come into your goal, I want to talk about your assists. You reached 10 assists this season, more than last season. How has it been for you to develop this part of your game?
Well, I'm just constantly looking to improve and create and score goals for this team. And yeah, I'm doing that right now, and I'm enjoying my football. I'm playing with confidence, so I want to continue like this.
How much have you been enjoying? Because, of course, you're an attacking player. Of course, you prefer to score goals. But how much pleasure are you taking from these assists?
Yeah, I'm taking a lot of pleasure. I like to score and create, but the biggest pleasure is winning and getting 3 points on the board. So I'm very happy today.
And talking about assists, it was a nice moment when you gave the ball to Ødegaard for his penalty, and then he gave it back to you. How was that moment?
No, it was nice. Martin's a top player. He's been playing so good since he's come back, and he wanted to take the penalty to score today, and I'm more than happy to give him the ball because he always gives me the ball. So we have a good connection, and like I said, let's just keep this form going.
Yes, the connection is on and off the pitch then.
Yeah, on and off the pitch, yeah.
And for your goal, of course, it's a priority for you to score goals, but how have you been feeling with the movements the team has been making and the connections, the link-ups back with Ødegaard?
Yeah, I think definitely the last 3 games we've been back to our best, back to our best way of playing. We're fluid, we're dynamic, and you can see the movements, the rotations, everything looks good. So we need to continue like this. You know, we played 3 good games, but we know in this league it's not enough. We have a big game on Wednesday, Manchester United, so we're going to be ready for that and look to do the same thing.
Well done then. You are player of the match. Congratulations, Bukayo.
Thank you very much.
I'd say a very well-deserved player of the match there. So 10 assists, which was mentioned there in the interview, surpassing his tally for last season, which was 9. Will he be happy with the amount of assists he's notching up?
Assists, what does that mean? It's all about goals.
Spoken like a true striker.
All about goals.
But he's contributing.
Of course, yeah. I mean, he's a forward player, so you're judged on goals and assists. He's contributing, you know, his numbers are high. But I'm sure deep down he'd obviously want to score more goals, of course. You want to score more goals than your assists. But if the team's winning and scoring that many goals, then and you're contributing, like I said, then that's the most important thing.
But overall, a quality player, David.
Yeah.
He is unbelievable.
And what you don't see him doing is taking on shots when he knows there's a player in a better position. He always puts the ball across. You know, he's not a greedy.
Not selfish.
He's not always after the goals, you know, and you know, he might be happy with the assist, you know, but he wants goals, but he knows that when he's in the right position, he will square it to a guy in a better position. So that shows you a quality player.
But he seems to be a player, as are all of the players actually, that seem to be just improving and taking it up a level, up a gear every time we see them play, especially in the last 3 games.
I think Arsenal's been like that for the last few seasons, to be honest. They've had little blips here and there, which is normal throughout the course of the season, but I think in the main, really, you know, we've seen that with Arsenal where on their day, you know, they can score 5 and 6 goals. Because in the forward areas, they've got so much quality. The way the manager wants to play, you know, his attention to detail, you know, from what you hear, you know, he loves coaching. He spends hours and hours in coaching, his set-piece coaching, you know, so he ticks all the boxes. So you expect them to be like that.
So, David, what is the key from your experience of maintaining this level? What's the key to continuing that level of success with the games coming thick and fast, with the Premier League schedule relentless over the Christmas period? Because what they want to do is maintain that high standard.
Yeah, and it's keep that momentum going. Hopefully stay away from injuries, you know, and have a full squad to choose from, because that really makes a difference. You know, we're seeing that with Man City, you know, but with Arsenal now, I think the only guy out is Ben White and Tomiyasu as well. You know, so we've still got like a big squad to choose from, you know, and then keep that momentum going. And it's weird because like they'll come off now off the back of this, you know, big win against West Ham. Straight away, thoughts will go straight towards Man United on Wednesday.
That's key, isn't it? Well, let's have a look back at the goals. We'll take you back to 1-0, Gabriel. This was a set piece, and this was straight off the training pitch.
Yeah, it was really good because it was a funny start. You know, the starting position, they all started at the back post. You can see here. And it's really difficult to pick up, actually. And then there's little blocks. and stuff like that. But, and Gabriel just gets a good header there, just directs it into the far corner. But the starting positions require, you don't really see that too.
You look at Timber there, as he gets that block, and then it allows Gabriel to get onto the ball and gets a free header.
Yeah.
All that just doesn't happen by chance. That's all planned. And they do a lot of set-piece practice at the training ground.
And look at that. 28 goals from set pieces since the start of last season. And you would think, actually, that teams would find them out a little bit because they're used to them scoring from set pieces, but they're still managing to deliver at such a high level.
The key thing is the quality of the cross that's coming in.
Yeah.
You've got Declan knocking, like a cross in with pace with his right foot bending it in. You've got Saka on the other side with his left. And it's really hard to defend, and that's why you're getting a lot of the little flicks. And then with Gabriel coming in, timing it perfectly, it's just a header, it's a proper header on goal and it's in. The goalies don't hardly ever move.
How, as a goalkeeper, would you deal with that?
It's really hard because it's all about reactions, and then there's bodies in front of you, and unless it hits you, you ain't really got a chance because it's so close.
That's why you want, obviously, your defenders to make first contact, because when there's so much movement like that and there's blocks and stuff, I don't think the goalkeeper can do anything.
Yeah, well, we talked about Saka. He provided the assist for that, and then for the second goal, which Trossard fired home. Trossard, he's a good player. He's getting more and more chances to start in this Arsenal side as well.
Yeah, he is, and this is like what I was talking about earlier, like Ødegaard finds him there, and Bukayo could easily shoot there, but he knows that there's two people in a better position, and he just squares it in. Whether he likes his assists, I'm still not having that properly. He'd rather score, but he's a very intelligent football player.
But you're right, that's an example of what you were saying.
Exactly. He could easily shoot. What would you do, Jermaine?
Probably would have shot. No, but this Arsenal, the way Arsenal playing at the minute, it reminds me of the Invincibles when you had that Thierry Henry, Ashley Cole, Robert Perez. When on that, they always vacated that left hand side of the pitch and very unselfish. You see a lot of the Arsenal goals back then, where they'll get into positions and players just pass it across the goal and just tap it into an empty net. But it's really unselfish. But I mean, he makes all the right decisions, Saka.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? And then the third goal, well, it was a penalty, and we were happy with the fact that it was given as a penalty.
Yeah, the first one or the second one?
The first one.
First one, yeah. When I first saw it, I thought, he's just, there wasn't a lot of contact on the player, but then when you actually see it slowed down, there's no contact on the ball at all. There's a touch on Saka's left shin, I think it is, and he goes down and that's it, just there, or left side of his ankle. And it's a penalty.
Do you know what he's really good at? When he's like a 1v1 specialist, like when he gets 1v1, he commits people, and as soon as they move, he just goes past them so easy. But it was definitely a penalty. And obviously, Ødegaard here, you always fancy him to score.
Yeah. And then I'm sure
and it was interesting, Saka giving the ball to Ødegaard there, which, well...
I'm sure it's because of that celebration there. It's that celebration there.
The players are too nice these days.
No, you wouldn't have done that, would you?
Giving your goals away.
But what's the reason? Why do you think he did? Is it because Ødegaard's just come back from injury? It's his first goal this season? Captain?
No, I think it's because he's either just about to have a baby or not him, obviously. It's his partner.
That's not the first time they've done it.
No.
I remember, was it last season? I think it's not the first time they've done it. And I remember Mikel Arteta coming out and saying it's just something that the players do. If someone fancies the penalty, then...
You've got to trust in your teammates.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Leandro Trossard again now, because he was involved in 4-0 as well.
Dave, do you want to talk about this one?
I like this. I love this pass. Because it's a quick decision. Look, he has a little look up, first ball pass.
That's amazing.
The defender, if you're not going to get it, go with the ball. But then this finish is brilliant because he just lifts it over Fabianski's leg, because Fabianski goes to make a foot save, so he's spreading his leg out and he lifts it. If he hits that along the ground, Fabianski saves that.
Yeah.
He deserves a lot of credit. Great.
He deserves a lot of credit, to be honest.
Yeah.
But the amount of goals that he scored recently and last season.
He's their top goal scorer now.
Top goal scorer. Yeah, it looks an easy finish, but it's not, because you've got so much time to think about it and you're actually running straight.
Yeah.
So you can't really see the goal, but it's a nice, cool finish.
Going back to what you said about Havertz, at the start it didn't quite click for him, and I remember the fans were really on his case as well. It was a difficult time. What was the difference? What's made it suddenly click for him? He just seems to fit into the team so well now.
I think that's, he's been shown some love as well, by the fans and by the players and the manager, because the manager kept picking him, and he was getting a lot of stick, and people were always, oh no, Trossard's playing, Havertz is playing, but he's battled through it, and then he's got a goal, then he's got another goal, and now there's there's a song about him and it's brilliant, you know, about being a waste of money and he scores again. You know, that's can't do all the song, but
Sure.
it's quite naughty.
The interesting part, also, when you look at the goal scorers, there were 5 different goal scorers today, Jermaine.
But it's so funny we said that because we spoke before. And I remember having a conversation with Thierry Henry, and he spoke about you need goals from all over the pitch. You know, in the Arsenal teams, when you get Freddie Ljungberg, 15 goals, Robert Perez, Thierry Henry. So it's goals all over if you want to go and try and achieve anything. And 5 different goal scorers today, if they do that going forward, it'll obviously help.
We still need a striker.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it's gone now, right?
Well, I would imagine so.
Yeah.
It'll never go away, you know, because when we have a game where we don't score, you know, sometimes it looks like we really do need one. But can you imagine if we did have one that was scoring goals? What, you know? Yeah. Where would that put us?
Exactly. How's everyone doing on the Arsenal group chat then? Everyone absolutely buzzing.
Yep, they're all loving it.
They're all buzzing.
The Invincibles and the Incredibles are all on there.
Invincibles and Incredibles, that's brilliant. OK, well, I mentioned the 5th goal scorer. That was Saka, because it was a penalty given. Fabianski's foul on Gabriel. What did we think of this whole incident? David, I'll come to you on that.
Yeah, it's a hard one for me because it's not a big punch on his head. It's just like a glancing punch. He's only just missed the ball. And I've seen a few of these given recently. I remember Martinez, I don't know if it was for Villa or when he was playing for Argentina, did one like this and it got given. And now there's a little trend, you know, that is so minute. It's a little glance on his head and the referee's giving it straight away. It's not. You
would have been disappointed if that was a goal.
Yeah, not only that, as a goalkeeper now, it makes you nervous. The only thing I could say about Fabianski's technique, maybe, is that when he comes out to punch, it's like he's throwing a massive haymaker rather than a short jab at the ball. You know, and if you're just doing a short jab, your hand and your fist haven't got as far to travel. If you watch this, he really loads it up to go and punch it over the halfway line, and it just catches the side of Gabriel's head. You know, it's a big punch.
I think even with a cross, I think it's quite high. It's not like it's whipped in. Do you think he even needs to come? I don't think Gabriel can. I don't think, because it's looped in, you can't really generate much power on a header.
Yeah, but it's in the 6-yard box.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's got a bit of height. You know, you would expect your goalkeeper to come for that. You know, I think it was the right decision to come for it. Just maybe, you know, a little bit different with the execution of the punch.